Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia Season 6 episode number 8 reaction. Okay, the previous episode Giganto Makia is back again and he is currently going towards Shigaraki, and he's not even looking at anything else. He's just running completely, and Mount Lady tried to stop him, not budging at all. He's just on his way towards Shigaraki, and Darby and everyone else is inside his hand, and they're also kind of helping us out, supporting us, because there was a section where Midnight kind of got close to actually making Gigantomaquia fall asleep. However, yeah, Darby and they stopped it, and it's a problem. So the only thing we can see here happening, the only way we can see to stop Gigantomaquia is make him fall asleep, which is what Midnight was trying to do, but now she cannot do it. So she called Momo, who can make anesthetics, and yeah, those people who want to fight, they'll stay. And she said that do your best. And now I'm guessing, I don't know, like they're going to throw the anesthetics towards him or something so that he falls asleep. We'll see. The good thing is he's not looking at anything else. He won't probably try to attack us, but Darby and everyone else who's inside his hand will be a threat. So yeah, let's see what happens today. This episode. This is episode number 8. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh boy, here we go. Hmm. Hmm. My God, look at him. Oh, 'kay, let's see. Oh boy. 'Kay. Hmm. Oh boy, look at that. 25 meters. Wow. Blue flames. Okay, thank God they know. There might be people there. Yeah. Put him to sleep. Yes. All right. Yeah, that's not happening though. Or oh, okay. Oh, I thought they were going to like. Oh yeah, it's liquid. Okay, okay. I thought they were going to throw it on his face or something, or put it in his mouth. That's even more troublesome. Like putting it in the mouth. Oh, nice. Oh, with Mudman's ability and his. Yeah. Okay. I said. Wait. Oh my God. Wait. Are those explosives? That looks so weird. Half of the head floating. Yeah. Oh God. Oh. Oh no. Oh my God. Yo. Okay. Here we go. All right. Yeah. He's gonna trip. Oh, nice. All right. All right. Kamimutsu is here. There you go. They tripped him. They tripped him, and he cannot properly get a proper footing because it's. Oh my God. Because it's like slimy and sludgy. He cannot wake, like get up, and he's heavy, so it's going to be even more troublesome for him. He won't get a footing. Open his mouth. Yo, the villains are just like, what is going on? Oh, nice. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh. All right, the sugar rush. Oh God, oh God. They're all like, oh, okay, there we go, nice. Oh my God, Zeros. Oh, here we go. Yes. Yeah, he is like the most dangerous here, Kaminari, because he can just AOE. Oh God, no, never mind. Yeah, I should have realized. Uh, okay, it's open. Come on, throw it in, throw it in, throw it in. Okay, come on. Oh no, oh no. I feel like something's going to happen here. Okay, well, there you go. That. Oh my God! Yo, this is bad. They combine the two abilities. This is okay. Morale into energy. Oh, wait. Wow. Oh. Uh, how did he get his footing? It's slimy and oh boy. Oh no, yeah, yeah, we have the bombs. But will it work? I don't think so. At least he toppled down. It would have been so good if Denki was able to, like, use his electricity before, but he got knocked out. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's true. Uh, that's why he's not going underground. Okay, more heroes are here. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot about her for a moment. Mount Lady is here. Damn, that must have hurt. He has spikes in his back. My god. Oh yeah, yeah. You can. Yes, yes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. I hope he doesn't bite her hand off or something. That'll be. Oh, Ashida's here. She used. Did she use acid to cover herself from the fire? That's interesting. Oh god. We need a hero who can use water. He's fine. Yeah, yeah, she used acid to cover herself from the flame. Max viscosity. Oh, it's gone. That's it, it's gone. Yeah, just throw it. Throw it inside. Oh no, oh my god. Oh, it's a bit. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh wait. Was that? Oh yeah, yeah, that was Makia. Like he was asking for Shigaraki's place, I remember? Or something like that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Ah, yeah. She hesitated. She hesitated because of her trauma. Oh my god. Yo, 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 yo. Okay. Again, then. Kirishima again helped her out. Oh, but he's hard. He can hopefully withstand it. He's fine. He's hard. Hopefully. Oh yeah, he can. But unlike Tetsu, who is like like made of metal, I'm sure he's fine. He's way too hard to be just squashed like that. Just throw them towards Shigaraki. I know. There you go. Like I said. He's way too hard to go down that easily. Just scratch his eyes or something. I don't know. Like the only weak point. Oh no! That was my jar. Oh, nice. It's Ashido's jar. He grabbed it. Nah! Throw it in! Oh, hopefully that gets in this time. Yes, it got in. There you go. My cat's like, what is this? Tasty. Time to sleep. Will that work? That's like only one jar. Okay. It'll be so bad if that actually doesn't work. Like after all that, like Giyandamaka is like, oh, nothing. This won't stop me. Majestic. Oh, what the? Oh, Orca is here as well. Like a lot of pro heroes are here, so. Oh god. What the hell? What's he doing? That was to shield the eyes? Oh my god, he evolved! Oh, it's a Pokemon. It's just evolving. What the hell? Uh, oh yeah, this thing. I forgot about the whole Shigaraki situation. Okay. Yeah, he's okay. It's just not a safe stream. What? Oh, the whole thing is dead. Okay, what's happening now? Why is he smoking? Pretend. You pretend. Like what could they do? Like this is the thing that really I'll talk about it in the discussion section. Profit. Like there are people who tries to profit from it, but that's not. Oh god, like this is a thing that everything of it. Like this is all on all from one, like he's the one who completely brainwashed him into being this type of person. Like oh my god, Endeavor. No, I don't think so. Yeah, yeah, like he just healed up, and he has like his pain. Yeah. Okay. Oh god, he can't use his dick. Yeah. Oh, but he can just crush. Oh god, with his physical power. Yeah. Yeah, he knew. Can be traced back to him. Yeah, that's why she did it. Oh God, your father is a like. Oh my God. Oh no, what's he doing? Oh God, wait, what? What's he doing? Oh yeah, oh I forgot about. Yeah, he's targeting Eraserhead. Nice. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is the same way Shigaraki got him. You remember in season one? Ugh. But Deku is strong. Come on. Like, physical power I'm talking about. Ugh. Ah, no. No, 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 no. Oh God, stop. Yeah, this whole, like, overhauls. Okay. Oh my God, he's not even flinching. Oh yeah, that's true. No, but Eraser is just erasing his quirk now. So how can he? Oh, he just. No, god damn, why? Okay, can someone please go and stop? Oh god, there's no one. What? Who got it? Oh, Aizawa got hit. Oh god, here we go. Now his quirk erasing power will be. What the hell? Oh god. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like it's like a small little bullet. I don't know. Like if there was another hero there, like those two are supporting Aizawa, so I don't think they could do anything at that moment. If anyone else was there, just I don't know, some way or the other. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, like Aizawa, I feel like it would have been better if Aizawa had like what are those called? Those bulletproof things like on the jacket or whatever. Yeah, something like that he wore. The bullet won't get to him. Like because Shigaraki just flicked it, so it's pretty strong. I'm guessing the way the bullet went, but still. Okay, is that it? Yeah. All right, this episode. Now, one thing I want to talk about here. This is one thing that in, like My Hero Academia, obviously Shigaraki himself is a very, it's a very powerful villain. Like we've been seeing him from season one, and he has grown like by a lot, and he's quite strong. This is one thing that My Hero Academia does, is like it has like a central villain. Like usually in animes I've seen, like shonen animes, like where there's like in one arc there's like one central villain, then in the next arc there's another central villain, and it kind of switch around to then probably in the end the most strongest villain. Like it usually happens like that, like every shonen anime, if you think about it, Naruto, we had so many arcs and we had so many central villains, and in the end the whole Kaguya situation, her being the final last boss or whatever. And not only that, Bleach as well, there's so many like every arc has its own central villain, and it kind of goes around different arcs, and all the other all the other shonen shows. However, in My Hero Academia it had its central villains, but there was like one villain who was there, and he has been consistent. Still now he's still here, and he's still wrecking havoc, which is Shigaraki, which is one thing I like how they did it, where there's like that one central villain, we have not forgotten about him, and he's getting stronger just like Deku is getting stronger. So not only the hero is getting stronger, but the villain is also getting stronger, kind of like both sides of a like a thing. But one thing I've always found really, I did not like this one fact about the whole like Shigaraki as thing, is that the reason behind his being a villain. Like I understand him, he's kind of brainwashed, you could say. Like wouldn't call it being brainwashed, but like no one was there for him, and all for one took advantage of that, and kind of made him to the person he is now. So I understand that, but the fact that that is the reason for him turning into such a crazy villain, I don't know, I feel like the reasoning behind Shigaraki is a little bit weak. Like I said, I understand him. He was very small when all of that happened. He went through a lot, the whole thing with his family, his dad, him losing his family, then coping up with the fact that, oh, I killed my family, and all for one taking advantage of that, all of those reasons, and like him being influenced by all for one from such a young age, are basically the reason for him being like this. But the fact that the reasoning is that behind him becoming like this is that, like, oh, my, my what's the name, like my family, which obviously like Nana, like my family, Nana Shimura, she left, and like I can understand, like that's basically the, you could say, the underlying reason behind everything, because Nana left, that is the reason why her like son ended up like that, you know and like started just letting everything out on his son, which is Shigaraki. And like that's basically how it escalated. Now no one's at fault here except probably the dad. Yeah, the dad is at fault. The only person I can put the blame on is the dad, because other than him I don't see anyone here at fault. Nana had her job. She had her whole thing about like protecting the world. Now she is a hero. Like you cannot just be like, oh, like I want to spend time with my family, I'll stop this whole hero business. That's not how it works. If you've decided to become a hero, obviously heroes have that mentality. Heroes become hero because they want to help people, just like Midoriya in season 1. He didn't even realize, but his legs started moving to help Bakugo, even though Bakugo like always just bullied him. So that's what a hero is. Heroes can't help themselves. They're basically that, and that is the reason why everyone is at peace here. All one for all is was here. All for Mike was there. That is the reason why it was so peaceful up until that time. He was the symbol of peace. Him existing in itself was the reason why everything was all peaceful. So they cannot, even though they want to spend time with the family, be with they cannot do that, because they know that staying with their family is going to endanger them. The villains, they're going to take them hostage, maybe like some way or the other try to put pressure on the heroes. That's why Nana did that. We saw that in this episode, and like that's something that a grown ass man should realize, which is his her son. But her son didn't was had this same old grudge about like my mom leaving my family for like this type of a reason, like that thing. And you know what, okay, you have a grudge, it's fine, it's on your mother, it's between you and your mom, Nana. He did like what was it called, he he unleashed everything, like he spent the frustrations on his family. That's stupid, idiotic, and something that you should never do. Like, yeah, like the more that I'm thinking about it, like his dad was the main reason for everything happening, if you think about it. Like, obviously Alpha One was one of the reasons. He's the one who brainwashed Shigaraki, but way before that, like if his goddamn dad actually, I don't know, like was a better person, didn't hit Shigaraki like that, and didn't take out all his pent up frustrations on Shigaraki like that, none of this would have happened. Shigaraki would have had a nice family. Nana would have continued becoming a hero, like continuing her hero jobs and all that, and Shigaraki wouldn't be the villain he is now. Yeah, it's all on his dad. Now I'm realizing it, like way more. Like what the hell? So yeah, the thing that I was saying, like her son should have realized that, like the whole situation, because he's grown up. Shigaraki, I don't expect him to understand at that age about anything of these things, because he's way small to understand, and that is the reason why All For One took advantage of him in that vulnerable state. But his dad, like you're a grown man, you have a family, and you're acting like this. Like what the hell, you could have your own frustrations, your own stuff with your mom, and that's okay, fine. You confront your mom about that, you ask your mom about that, you question your mom about that, like you ask Nana about it. But why put out everything on Shigaraki and your family? They have not done nothing wrong, and look at what you have made, like this whole situation. But either way, like what I was trying to say here is that, like, this reason is something that is so, I don't know, it's so weak. I feel like the reasoning behind Shigaraki becoming a villain like this, like, it's unfortunate, but it's kind of weak a little bit. I don't like, this is the thing, like he, like, I don't know, I feel like there should be something else into the real, like the reason behind villains becoming a villain is like it's like a central part of the story. I feel like it should be something stronger and something more impactful. like like I remember Gentle's story. Like Gentle's story was something that fascinated me extremely, and I loved his story because he had a reason which was very, I don't know, very unusual. The whole thing about him getting falsely accused, and that whole like, not falsely accused, but him trying to help the situation but messing up and causing more damage, and he became a villain like that because of that. Like I that was like a really interesting reason. I really loved it. However, this whole thing about Shigaraki, just being used by All For One is, I don't know, it feels like a very, very weak reason. I don't know, Shigaraki is a very strong villain. He's been here from season one, but I feel like, like there should be something else. I don't know, it's maybe it's just me. But anyways, like, seeing a strong character like him just being manipulated by All For One, like that's the thing, just seeing a strong character like him being manipulated by All For One is something it doesn't sit well with me, basically. And I don't know if a time will come when he'll be able to actually break free of All For One and do something for his own, act as a villain, like, because he's a villain, like, instead of just being influenced by All For One. I don't know if that time will come like that, but that'll be quite interesting to see. I think it will come, probably, because I don't know, I envision seeing Shigaraki, one day becoming even stronger than All For One. Like, that's what I'm envisioning, like that's how it's going, I feel like. But either way, yeah, that's the thing about Shigaraki. Like, this episode made me realize that even more, that his reasoning behind, like he was talking about how you remember you seeing in this episode him continuously saying that my dad, my dad used to say, He was constantly saying that. It still shows how influenced he is about by his dad. Like obviously he was a very young age at that moment. Like parents, they influence their child, and at that age, you know, the way his dad acted around him put a very strong impression on him. That's still here, even though his mom and dad, his parents and his family is not alive anymore. It's still there. The impression is still there inside him. And he was constantly talking about his dad in this episode, and like like he was talking about how okay, I'll go to that part and read that part. All right, you know what? Let's talk about this whole episode, and when that part will come, I'll go into another discussion. Okay, so in the beginning, we get to see the whole like Momo situation. Like Momo has decided that what they'll do is you cannot inject it. You need a lot, so you'll have to put it orally inside his mouth. But the problem is, how can we do that? So they come up with a very nice plan. I have to say, like Momo did very well here to formulate a plan. She said, like the whole mud man used to, the ground. He kind of made it muddy, and I was kind of wondering why Mineta, yeah, why Mineta was putting his balls over there. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's going to stick him to the surface or something, but no, he kind of used those balls to uh, stick it in the lower jaw of Gigantomachia to open it. That's why they used it. So yeah, now another thing that was kind of interesting here is that because it's muddy, this whole section, and he's a huge, like like Gigantomachia is quite huge. He cannot get his footing properly, like since it's slimy, like the way more weight you have, the way more trouble you'll have to stand up in a very slimy surface, like that type. It's just going to get down, like it'll become like quicksand. It's going to like suck you in. So it was an interesting plan. As they say, the bigger you are, the harder they fall. So like, and Momo also kind of like took some precautions and put some TNTs and explosives in there to make the place even more like like more shallower, and like when it'll explode, he'll go down even more. So all that stuff, like they were ready for everything, and they were even ready for Dabi and the other League of Villains who was just inside the hand of Gigantomachia. So yeah, so we begin this whole operation. Mount Red is still clinging onto Gigantomachia's leg, but Gigantomachia is just moving. And then, as soon as he comes inside that trapped section, he falls down. Kamu would, like traps him down. Like the Mount Red is there, and not only that, like since he fell flat on his face, he cannot properly get up. Now, everyone uses Minato's balls to try to put like just take open his mouth, pull open his mouth, and like everyone is just, and all the strong people here, like for example, what's his name, Jurota Shishida, Quirk Beast, yeah, this guy, and Sugar Rush, yeah, I also forget his name, the guy who eats sugar. Him and everyone, like they're all using their strength to yank open his mouth. And the League of Villains are there, but the League of Villains, like a few other heroes, they come from behind and try to attack them. Denki comes in, uses his discs to like to kind of attack them. It would have been very useful if he was able to neutralize everyone, but before that happened, Compress used his quirk to attack him and knocked him out. So yeah, that failed. That thing failed. However, the whole Gigantomachia situation was going pretty well, kind of. It seemed like it was going well, and they started throwing all the bottles. But oh my God, this guy, he just Gigantomachia just blows from his mouth, and everything, all the the jars just get blasted away. Dabi takes advantage of that situation to put his fire into that blow and just spreads fire all around. Like that was crazy, and like they made like a whole carpet of flame, and they cannot get out of there. Like they cannot do anything now. Like the whole mission has failed. So they thought that everything was going pretty much according to their plan, the League of Villains, and Gigantomachia also kind of stood up, and that moment Momo was like, all right, let's go to the next part of the the trap. she detonates the bomb. He starts going deeper, but yeah, and all the League of the Villains, not League of Villains, sorry, all the heroes, pro heroes, they're here as well. And Mount Lady suddenly comes up and starts yanking his mouth open so that it's easier for them to put the what's the name? Put the anesthetic, yeah, whatever it's called, into his mouth. So we see, like, obviously everyone, they're underneath the blanket of flame. They cannot do anything in this moment. So Ashido comes out, puts a little acid around her to, like, mitigate the flame, and jumps up, goes towards Gigantomachia. She was full ready to throw the jar into his mouth. But the problem here is that wait a minute. Okay, what's that? She gets a little flashback of, yeah, of Gigantomachia. Like, he came here before. He not came here, but he had like a little run in with Ashido, and she had a little, I guess you could say, trauma from that moment. And that's why after realizing this is the same person, she hesitated. Her hand kind of shook, and the jar went away, flew away from her hand. Nothing you can do about it. Like, this happened in a matter of seconds, and you don't understand, like, this, like, the way quick it happened. Like, she suddenly realized within a matter of seconds that this is the same person, and suddenly that fear hit her. Like, I feel like if she had like time to kind of properly understand that, oh, this is the same person, and little by little get used to it, she probably would have been able to throw the jar inside his mouth. But it happened in a matter of seconds, and that's what was the most what can I say, which made this whole mission fail. It happened so quickly, she got startled, and the drama suddenly hit her without her even realizing it, and that's why her hand probably shook, and the jar came out of her hand. And at that moment, like, a matter of seconds is all it matters in this type of a situation. It's like a whole life and death situation. She's still in the middle of the air. Gigantomachia suddenly just grabs Mount Lady and throws her away, you know, and because he realizes that, oh, like, like, the shortest way to go to Shigaraki is through here, but these pesky little things are actually annoying me. So the best and the most effective way of going towards Shigaraki is just wiping out all these obstacles on my way. That's what a decision he came to. Like, because up until now he was not bothering with anyone. He was just forcing through. But now he's like, okay, so yeah, it's an actual problem. Unless and until I take care of these people here, I won't be able to go to Shigaraki. It'll take a lot more time. So he changes his targets and, like, just throws Mount Lady away, and was going to probably just gulp Mina at that moment. However, Kirishima comes in and, kind of pushes her away, grabs the bottle, and gets squashed by his hand. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, what happened to her?" But I'm like, he's fine. He's way strong. He's way hard. I'm pretty sure he's okay. And Tetsutetsu kind of Tetsutetsu kind of explained how he was able to get out of there, because, because unlike him, who's made of metal, flame is effective on Tetsutetsu. Kirishima, that wouldn't affect him, so that's how he was able to force through that section. So again, Kirishima became the MVP in this whole, situation scenario, in a way. He got up. He had the bottle in his hand. He got up, started climbing Gigantomachia, and threw the bottle towards him. And everyone else, all the other heroes, were also assisting him at that moment. So yeah, it worked perfectly well. Okay, let me see this section again. Yeah, he throws the bottle. It breaks in his teeth. The thing falls down in his mouth, and yeah, it's okay. Mission successful. However, I'm kind of concerned about the fact that only one jar got in his mouth. I don't know. I feel like one jar won't do anything to him. Like a huge beast. Will that is that an aesthetic that effective that will work? Only one little jar? I'm not sure. We'll see. Hopefully it works, but I feel like it wouldn't. We'll see. If it actually doesn't work, then all that we went through in this like in this section will all be in vain. Like, what the hell were we doing all of this for? But either way, like mission successful. Everyone else starts like coming in. All the heroes and like all the pro heroes are here. But I don't know what the hell happened. Gigantamakia's jaw, this part, it becomes like a shield or whatever in his eyes, covers his eyes, and I don't know, something's happening. He's from his back, he starts glowing, I think. No, wait. Oh no, he transforms. Like something happens. He has like some shielded. I don't know, like it feels like he became even more shielded up, and he's going to attack us after that. But then it suddenly cuts off from there, and we don't know what's going to happen there. We're back to Shigaraki now. Now, all right, here we can see Shigaraki is pretty wounded. However, his thing is that he's just going to heal up, and he has a lot of, what do you call that? Can withstand a lot of pain because of the experimentation that went. So I feel, yeah, he was just completely like talking and venting out his frustrations about the whole situation with his family and all. And okay, this part here says, okay, I'll read this section. Shigaraki says, in the past, over many generations, you pretended you couldn't see those who you couldn't protect, and covered up those you hurt, building yourselves up in that despicable way. Um, Now, then we get a little flashback of Shigaraki, just that scene where he asked for all the people for help, and they were like, "Oh, like like I'm sure a hero will help you out." No one helped him. Now, this is another thing that's extremely unusual. This actually never. I doubt this happens. If a if a kid who's actually in that state, suddenly is walking around and he asks a random stranger for help, I feel like 80% of the 80 or 70% of the people will actually help him out some way or the other. Like, this is another thing that really weirds me out about anime. Not only My Hero Academia, a lot of animes do this. Like, they show us a scene where like a random like child, whatever, like who's in a very troublesome situation, they ask like random passerbys for help, and they're like, "Oh, like I don't know anything. Like, let me just someone else will come and help you," and they just leave. I doubt that happens. Like, am I that naive? Like, am I really, do I really have that much unwavering faith in humanity? Like, I don't think that actually happens. I'm pretty sure like it's at least 60% of the people, if they are confronted with a situation like that, where you're walking and suddenly a little kid who's like all wounded and everything, like head messy and all, comes and he's like, "Oh, please help me out," and can like some way or the other, I'm sure they will help them. I feel like, because it's a kid. I don't know, like I said, not everyone will help, but at least a few of them. But here in this scenario we see in Shigaraki's situation, he went out and asked people help. None of them helped them. At least he asked like 3 to 5 people. None of them helped him. And yeah, that's another thing. Like, I'm not talking about My Hero Academia. A lot of animes do this. I've seen this before. Like, no one helps them, and I'm like, what is this? Like, this is highly unlikely to happen. At least one person will at least stop, and they'll be like, "Hey there, kid. What happened to you? Do you need some help?" But yeah, in anime, nobody helps in situations like this. They're like, "Yep, not my business," and they just move on. But anyways, like I said, maybe I'm naive. Maybe that's actually what happens in the real world, and I don't really know. but I don't know. I think at least one person will help you if a situation like that arises. Anyways, enough about that. But yeah, this scene where we see nobody helped him. And yeah, Shigaraki is talking about that, and Shigaraki obviously it makes sense. He's pissed off at all those people. He's like, what the hell? Like, I asked for help, and nobody helped me out, and you heroes are helping those people out who are this selfish, this bad, you know. And that's what he says here. Like in the end, the insides rotted. No, what? Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. In the end, the insides rotted, crawling with maggots. Um, it was little things happening over and over. uh, there were here we go, there was a trash that got used to being protected, and those who created that trash in order to profit by protecting them. Okay, everything that I've seen, everything you all built rejected me. That's why I'll reject you too. You know what? I feel like this is the thing about Shigaraki. He went through so many things and nobody helped him out, that he, like, you know, even though he, like, every situation has two parts. For example, like the heroes he's talking about, like, oh, heroes are profiting from this. I agree. I'm sure a certain part of the whole hero, like, you know, people, they are like that. Just like he's explaining, they're trash, they're bad, they just profit from it, and they don't have an ounce of, you know, thing for it. Like they always do it for profit. They don't have any kind of hero, you know, like thing, spirit within them. If it pays well, they'll be like, yeah, we'll do it, and that type of thing. I agree. However, there's the other part as well, where they're genuinely good people and they're actually heroes who helps others just because they're a hero. Now, Shigaraki, in this situation, he went through so much things in his past that he's only seeing the bad part of the whole thing. And that's why he's saying stuff like, oh, like, you know, the trash that you have protected, you know, they and the heroes who profit from them, you know, none of them are any good. He's only seeing the bad part. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are genuinely good, so they are not like how Shigaraki is explaining it. So like everything in this world has two parts, a good part and the bad part, and there will, you won't be able to actually just destroy the, like, every time, like in every place, like, you know, however peaceful it is, there'll always be some people who won't like you, or who will be miserable, who will be bad, who will be villains. So you cannot do that, you cannot change that. Like, you know, like, you cannot just, it's impossible to do something like that. And the unfortunate situation here is that out of the unfortunate ones, Shigaraki was one of them, and his whole worldview is twisted like this. That is the reason why. And obviously, his whole family situation didn't help at all as well, and obviously the all for one situation as well. So all included, he's like this now, and that's what he's saying now. And I'm in my head, I'm like, come on, like, I understand, but what you're saying is not true. That it's partially true, but there are also people who are genuinely good. Now, again, like, you know, he talks about, I think in this section he also talks about how nobody helped him. Okay, that's why I destroy, that's why I become stronger. It's simple, isn't it? You don't have to understand. It's because you don't understand that we have heroes and villains. And this is another thing, he says that you don't have to understand me, and, you know, like you won't be able to understand my pain and this and that. But like, I don't know, like, again, the reasoning is so, like, you know, the whole reason behind him becoming a villain is so weird, that it's just because of bad luck and unfortunate situation that he's in the scenario now. I guess it is, like, you know, most of the situations, like, where a person turns out to become bad, like, not every time, I guess it needs like a grandiose reason or some crazy reason, like revenge, whatever, you know, like, for a person to become a villain. Sometimes situations like this also happen, where a person is just unfortunate, they go through so many things that they get completely broken, and then they start walking the wrong path. And now Shigaraki is in a situation like that. He's in such a situation that he wouldn't even look at the good parts in this world. He's always going to just look at the bad parts, and he will be like, oh, look at that, that's what's happening with the world. You never helped me when I needed help. That's why we heroes and villains exist. Like, that will be his whole reasoning now. But you know, it's it's part of it. That the whole thing that he's saying is part of it. There's a good part as well, which he's not looking at currently because of his situation and his bad luck, I guess. Like, yeah, I guess that's basically him. Like, he became a villain, and this strong of a villain, just because of an unfortunate situation. And like, and his family, not family, but his dad. His family was okay. His family was a good family. His dad was the one who was the most messed up, and the main reason behind all of this. Anyways, enough about his dad. Okay, so yeah, now he's saying all of that. He's like, yeah, you won't understand. Like, we are the part of society that society never looked at. That's why we are here. We're like this right now. And yeah, like, again, it's basically an unfortunate situation. I'm pretty sure, like, if all these League of Villains, if any of the pro heroes that we have now, for example, All Might, be it All Might, all the other good heroes we have, Aizawa, who else, like from UA, like, the students as well, Deku, I Bakugo, yeah, I guess Bakugo. Bakugo would probably just scream at the top of his lungs, but still, Bakugo, Todoroki, who else? All the other, like, big heroes, like who else are there? Top, yeah, Ryuku, yeah, Ryuku. Who else? Gang Orca, yeah, all these heroes, Edge Shot, all of them, who are the better heroes. I'm not taking Endeavor's name because Endeavor had, like, a troublesome part of his past as well. Now Endeavor is good. Okay, Endeavor currently, the Endeavor that is here currently, that Endeavor, all of them, if they came across any of these League of Villains members who were troubled during that time and gave their helping hand to them, none of them would have become like this. That's the unfortunate thing here. It's basically because at the right place, at the right time, the heroes weren't there. That's why they're like this now. And you cannot blame them for that. You cannot blame the heroes for that, because a hero is also a human. They can only go at one place at one time. And the fact is, like, the whole, what can I say, like, a lot of people needs helping, and the whole hero is extremely, I guess you could say, like, I wouldn't call it understaffed, but the amount of people that needs help, comparing that to the number of heroes there are, it's impossible to help everyone. So that's why Shigaraki and all the League of Villains, everyone, are just unfortunate. They just got the short end of the stick, and they are like, yeah, why didn't you help us? But it's impossible. You cannot help everyone. That's impossible. It won't happen ever. So yeah, like, that's the whole thing. And Shigaraki is like, yeah, like, you didn't help me at that moment. Okay, and this section, okay, let's read this section as well. When she talks about Nana, he talks about Nana. We see that little flashback where we see Nana is going away, and Shigaraki is crying. Gran Torino was there, looking at that scene, and we get to see where Nana says, I have doctored the family register. He cannot be traced back. If that man realizes Kotaro exists, then he'll use him too. Wait, who's Kotaro? Oh, probably the dad's name, yeah. I have no child. There you go. And we can see that Anan, Surahiko, I have no child. So yeah, we can see that she's saying that, and she's done all of this just so that she could protect everyone. And like, Gran Torino's like she's crying, and while saying all of this. And yeah, like, another thing, I feel like this should be another thing that, I don't know, I feel like heroes, but you cannot just say that, like, I understand what I'm trying to say here. Like, what I was trying to say here is, like, heroes shouldn't have, again, it sounds pretty messed up, but heroes who are actually in that top, them having families is another thing that's very troublesome. We see what happened with Nana's whole situation, you know. And it's so good that All Might, you could basically say, I don't even know if All Might has a family. He doesn't have a family. And that is why All Might was able to stay this strong up until the end. Like, because he had no family. They had no one to actually put pressure on him. So yeah, that's another reason why I feel like All Might has been so successful and able to keep the peace, because no one could take unfair advantage of his family, because he has none. He had none. But Nana's situation, we saw what happened, you know, like what All for One did. And yeah, so we see like that scene. We see Tenko, like, you know, Nana, not Tenko, sorry, Nana crying and saying how she was forced to, like, you know, like get herself out of that scene, because otherwise they'll trace her and go to her family, take them hostage, you know, to put pressure on her, so that that doesn't happen. Her family doesn't suffer for that. You know, she was suffering because of that. And the dad was like, yeah, I don't know, like my mom chose her work over our family, and that's why I don't like my mom. Blah blah blah. You know, like I said, he's just at that age. Someone acting like that is really weird. Like he should understand what her mom's scenario was, and he should understand that yeah, I myself have a family. What would I have done if I had to go in a situation like that? But he wouldn't. He didn't think. He just spent, like, you know, used all of the pent up frustration on his son and his family. Like, what a great dad. God damn. Anyways, so yeah, and Shigaraki is, you know, saying all of that. Like he's cursing the heroes because they were not there to save him, and he's saying that yeah, these are the situation of you heroes. You heroes are all corrupt. You are just using this for profit. You don't help people who needs help, and that's why we are villains now. That's why there's a need for heroes and villains, because you're unable to help. But yeah, like nothing you can do about it. Like you cannot help everyone. It's impossible. Now anyways, like Shigaraki is trying to get out, and Shigaraki's main target here is Aizawa, and we can see that Shigaraki goes and tries to get Aizawa, but Ryuku comes, stops him. He punches a hole through Ryuku's hand. Deku comes, grabs him, trying to stop him. Still, he cannot be contained. He's that strong. And in the end, finally, we see he's able to muster out a little of his strength. Use those deleter round, I think that's what it's called, and flicks it towards Aizawa. And just a minute, let me look at this part. Aizawa got hit, didn't he? Just a minute. It goes and it. Yeah, it hits. It hits his leg. Oh. Yeah, and yeah, now his quirk will go. And as soon as the quirk goes, oh my god. I don't know what's going to happen. Like he's just going to decay everyone in the mere vicinity. Oh lord, this is bad. Anyways, and that's where it ended. Ah, there you go. That was this episode, and things are not looking good at all. And yeah, so yeah, I went into the whole like discussion about the whole Shigaraki situation and everything, and like I said, I felt as if his reasoning for becoming a villain is a little bit weaker than everyone else. But now I'm understanding that not all, like, you know, the time you need like a very huge reason to become a villain. Sometimes unfortunate situations like this might be just the trigger to just push you towards villainy. And yeah, I guess that's like the reason why I was saying that, yeah, like, you know, like I feel like his reasoning should be a little bit more impactful is because he's like the main villain in this show. So him being the main villain and having a reasoning like this, kind of unusual, because I've never seen any, like I said, every anime has its villain, and every villain has like a certain, you could say, ideal, a goal or whatever. But I feel like, you know, Shigaraki is being the main villain. He's just being, I wouldn't call it being manipulated, but he's just being brainwashed by All for One. Not only that, he himself has no real reason for becoming a villain. He just became a villain because of his unfortunate situation. So I don't know, I feel like that is a little bit different from all the other shows I've seen, and maybe that's why I'm just thinking like, oh, maybe a different reason would have been better in this scenario. But I guess, this is fine in its own, like him just being the main villain just because of an unfortunate situation, and him being manipulated by All for One at that young age, and even still now he is being controlled by All for One in one way or the other. So yeah, I guess that's just him, and that's just like a new thing, a new reason, a new type of a main villain. So yeah. So anyways, like, I'll wait. I feel like Shigaraki has still a lot of character development left. I hope he gets like a lot of character development in the future, because I feel like it's still not enough. The stage he's at in, I feel like he needs a little bit more character development, because I don't know, like a real, like actual a good villain is a villain that who you can sympathize with. Like, that's an actual good villain. you know while I kind of sympathize with him, I'm not sympathize, but I just feel unfortunate for him. But I don't think a main villain should be like that. A main villain should be something else. But like I said, this is something new, and I feel like this being a new type of a situation where the main villain is like this, I'm kind of getting used to it. But I do hope in the future Shigaraki gets like a good character development as a villain. I don't want him to become good or something. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, oh, he suddenly realizes his mistake, and he's like, oh well, I won't do, like, bad things anymore, I'm surrendering. Not like that, not that type of character development. I'm talking about actual character development in the villain department. As a villain, he needs to grow more. I really want that. But because, as in the perspective of strength and all that, he's top tier villain. However, in the character development situation department, I feel like he needs a way more character development than he has currently. It's been 6 seasons. I wish they, like, they hurry up with the character development a little bit. It's been 6 seasons already. A lot of times have passed. He's going there. We have gotten to know his past, but I still feel like there's still something missing from him. Probably character development. I hope they flesh him out more as a character in the future, hopefully. But anyways, that's it. That's my reaction to My Hero Academia season 6 episode number 8. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.